Hello and welcome to Nourishing Bits. I'm Nikole Seals and I'm going to be your host slash coach for this video. And we're talking about a really important topic today. It's really important to me. It may not be so important to you, but it is a long overdue public service announcement that needs to be made. And I'm officially making myself the spokeswoman to be able to do that. And I want to talk to you today about social workers. There is such a huge misconception about who social workers are and what they do. And I want to be able to clear that up for you and for people in general, because it is such a reality that social work has shown up in your life in some way, and if it hasn't, it will in the future. That's just an absolute guarantee. And we'll talk about some of those ways and the different aspects that social workers can perform in. Let's dispel the myth from jump. I know that most of the time social workers are believed to be either welfare workers working in a social welfare program, or they are those really mean, cold-hearted, most often women with a bun, glasses, dressed very matronly, always seem to be holding a clipboard or sitting behind a desk with tons of papers and files of all of the people that we are neglecting. This is what you see in the movies. One of my favorite one is Precious, the movie Precious, where Mariah Carey played the role of a social worker, and they actually made her unattractive, as if the idea of an attractive social worker was such a mind-blowing concept that it just was so unrealistic they couldn't put that in a movie. So that is the perfect example of what I'm talking about. There are so many men and women out there who are social workers walking around in disguise and you don't even know it, because they are professionals, they are business people, they are policy making, they're in government. Social work is everywhere, and it's really beneficial for people to work with social workers because they have access to a lot of resources. They can link you to whether it's help from their particular organization or help from another organization. So one of the things that you may not know are most therapists are social workers. So you may have heard of the term or seen the letters behind someone's name saying LCSW, and that stands for Licensed Clinical Social Worker. And they practice psychotherapy, which means that they do therapy, whether it's on an individual or group or family setting. They provide therapy to clients. That is a clinical setting that they do that in. You also have social workers who just work as counselors, and they provide a light type of counseling where they help families just kind of troubleshoot and problem solve, and maybe also link them to some resources that they can benefit from. You have social workers in hospital, and if you've ever had a loved one who had a terminal illness, and you had a hospice worker come and work with your family on preparing not only your loved one but you for what death and dying meant and how to prepare for that, then you've had the benefit of having a social worker in your life. And anytime you visit the hospital, there's usually always a social worker there that will either check in with the family or is referred to a family to see if they can assist them in any way. They really kind of act as the go-between the doctors and the patients, and can really bring emotionally stressful situations to a place of calm and balance, and being able to affect some change by providing support to the family. So those are just a number of ways that social work has maybe shown up in your life or might possibly show up in your life in the future. I just want to make sure that you understand social work is not only a great career to get into, but it's a career that's fulfilling. Most people, well, maybe not most people, but some people get into a job because they want to be fulfilled by it or challenged by it. And I don't know of a single colleague or friend of mine who's a social worker that got into this to make money, because it's not about the money. Social work can be profitable. You can have your own business, your own practice. You can make money as a social worker. But most of the time, it's really about affecting change in people's lives, and it's about helping people. And through that process of helping, you actually can learn more about yourself and become better at what you do, and also become better at how you live your own life. So I hope that really helps you to get a better understanding of social workers and to really kind of dispel that myth that there's really just these few different types and that they're not friendly. We are very friendly people. We're here to help. We're also really open to being able to help companies have a better understanding of how to relate to people, to help organizations have a better understanding of how to serve clients. And that's what we specialize in. That's what we go to school for. That's what we're good at. And I'm really hoping that this convinces you to either become a social worker yourself or to seek out a social worker when you need help. They're a great alternative to going and seeing a psychologist if you don't feel like you need that intensive type of therapy and you really would just like some counseling or coaching. Social workers are a great alternative. So, yay, social workers. Thanks for watching.